I'm OW Root, and this is Pleasant Peninsula. This past week I was on Beaver Island, one of my favorite places in Michigan. If you've never been, you have to go. I got off the boat at 8:50 p.m. Not the ferry. I arrived on the ferry earlier that afternoon, but I was out on the boat, another boat, until 8:50. So got back to Beaver Island about 8:50. Looked at my phone, walked downtown looking for something to eat. Ran into the beachcomber at about 8:58 p.m. and I said, please tell me you are still serving food. Please tell me I can get something to eat. They said, yes, if you order in the next 2 minutes. So I looked over the menu, and about 15 seconds later, I ordered a pizza, and it was great, and it was fine, and everything worked out great. But if I would have gotten there 3 minutes later, or 10 minutes, or 15 minutes later, whatever, I wouldn't have been able to get something to eat. The kitchen would have been closed, and there would have been nothing else for me to do. There are no supermarkets open late. The market down the street was also closed. There's no fast food on Beaver Island. There's no DoorDash on Beaver Island. Once things close, things close. There's nothing you can do. And that's what makes that place really different and really special. You know, up on Little Traverse Bay is directly across from Beaver Island. The weather's basically the same, you know. We get punished in the winters just as much. And yeah, it's pretty small up here, but it's not that small. If it's 2 a.m. and I get home and there's nothing to eat, I can find something somewhere. There is fast food open somewhere. I can go to Meijer or Walmart or somewhere and get a salad or get some eggs or get something to make at home. You can make it happen. That's not the way on Beaver Island. And that's what makes it special. And that's what makes it hard living there. Because that's just something that we don't really, most of us who live on the mainland where we can drive anywhere, we just don't really think in that same way. We are so used to being able to access anything at any time. You know, the guys that I was out on the boat with a couple guys for an awesome story coming up next couple weeks that I'll talk about in another episode. And they said something really interesting to me. It's related to this. They said that, and these are guys who've lived on Beaver Island for a long time. For one of them was born on Beaver Island or raised from a young kid on Beaver Island. They said that when things are good, people stay. But when things are bad, people leave. They said in 2008, a bunch of people left. And I thought that was interesting. And it makes sense. Economy is going good, or just life is going good. People who are new arrivals, fair weather friends, are willing to sort of take that tough stuff, the bad with the good. And you can kind of manage it. Once things get kind of tough, once the rubber meets the road, unless you grew up in that environment, unless you're really tough enough to handle that, you're going to want to move somewhere more convenient. You're going to leave. You're going to go back to the mainland, to an easier life. It's only the strong really survive there. And you might say, yeah, big deal. It's just one day or one night. You can't get it after 9 p.m. Not that big of a deal. At scale, over a long enough period of time, those are the things, those inconveniences, not being able to get off the island whenever you want, planes being downed because they just can't fly because the wind, ferry's not running, all this sort of stuff, that makes it hard, makes it special, it makes it different. Just like those guys said, when times get tough, people leave. Out of Beaver Island, really, only the strong survive. So you're thinking about going to the UP this summer. You should. It's beautiful up there. But you should know something first. You can't play it by ear when you're getting there. You can't play it by ear when you're driving from St. Ignace to Houghton. This isn't downstate. You can't just stop wherever you want to stop. There's not much up in the UP. You got to plan your trip if you want to make it through the UP alive, or at least with a good trip. I've driven through the UP a lot. And I'm going to tell you where to stop and what to do. This is what I do when I drive through the UP. And this is how you make it a good trip. This is how you make it through the UP without dying. So listen up, take notes. This is what you want to do. Get over the bridge. You're in St. Ignace. You're going to turn on US 2. You're going to stop at the Taste of the Upper Peninsula in Zodiac Party Store. If you want a pasty, get it there. The Zodiac Party Store is connected to the Taste of the Upper Peninsula. If you don't want a pasty, grab a Uper bar at the Zodiac Party Store. Uper bars are a UP cult classic. You've never seen them before if you're from downstate, and this is going to be the first place that you're going to encounter them. So grab one of those and study them when you get on the road. Look at the counties etched into the chocolate. Get back on the road. And I have this all written down because I want to give you the exact details, exactly right. Next, you want to stop at the Bayview Inn in Epophet, especially if you didn't get a pasty at Taste of the Upper Peninsula. Bayview Inn in Epophet is pure UP. It's a small little diner restaurant overlooking Lake Michigan. There's a huge bank of windows and even not a patio, but a deck, a balcony that's open when the weather is nice. You're just looking out over beautiful Lake Michigan from the northern side of Lake Michigan. The decor is unbelievably rustic, classic. It's just UP classic. This is a perfect first real authentic look into UP culture and UP aesthetics. So you've got to stop at the Bayview Inn in Epophet. After you get a bite there, a cup of coffee, get back on the road. And this part is key. This next one is very, very key. You want to stop at the BP station at the corner of US 2 and M77. M77, you're going to turn right on M77 when you're going to turn right there to go north. But that gas station, US 2 and M77, that intersection, you want to stop there. It is the nicest gas station you're going to encounter until you get up to Munising. So you want to stop there, you want to fill up, you want to get something to drink, you want to use the restroom. There's not a lot once you get onto M77 then over on the Scenic Stretch. It's a real boring, tough drive. So stop at that BP station. Trust me, you're going to want to stop there. Next, you made it to Munising. You've made it to the northern side of the UP. You want to stop at Falling Rock Cafe and Bookstore. Munising is a really nice, beautiful little town. And Falling Rock Cafe and Bookstore is a really nice, beautiful little cafe and bookstore. They've got a piano in the corner. They've got books on the wall or on these shelves full. They've got board games. They've got a bunch of tables. It's always busy, which is actually a relief after driving that long stretch, M77 and Scenic Stretch. So stop. Don't take the coffee to go. Just stop for 10, 15 minutes. Enjoy it there. Then get back on the road. Driving west. Stop at one of these roadside beaches. You're going to see these roadside beaches to your right-hand side on Lake Superior. Stop, pull off anywhere. They're free, public, no big deal. Nobody's going to be there. Most likely you'll be all alone. Take off your shoes, walk through the dune grass down to the beach, put your toes in the water and touch Lake Superior for the first time. Take in the UP. Spend 10 minutes doing that. It's not going to ruin your trip. It's not going to set you back that much. Enjoy it. Breathe deep. The air smells different up there. After that, walk back up to your car, put your shoes back on, jump back on the road. Your next stop is going to be L'Anse. L'Anse is the last little town before you get into the Keweenaw. Stop, get some more gas. Probably need some gas, maybe something to drink. Go down to the waterfront park there. There's going to be benches there. They're always going to be empty. It's not packed or anything like that. And just sit there. Respond to messages, check email, make a few calls, whatever. Again, take in the beauty. Just sit there for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. What rush are you in? It's the beautiful thing about the UP. There's beauty everywhere for you to look. All you have to do is look around. It's never busy. It's always open. So take advantage of it. You don't need to hurry up that much to get where you're going. Take your time. Enjoy it. Stop at L'Anse. After L'Anse, you're back on the road again, and you are moving through the Keweenaw. You are almost there. In a little bit, you're going to get to Houghton, and finally, you've arrived in the heart of the Keweenaw. You are there. You're ready to get to your hotel, but you are starving. So what do? Where do you go in Houghton? You want to go to the library. The library is right downtown, and Houghton is a beautiful downtown. You'll be blown away by the red rock and brick. It's one of the most beautiful downtowns in Michigan, honestly, and you'll see when you go. Just go to the library. It's a funny name, but don't worry, it's not actually a library. It is a restaurant and bar, good food, good drinks, and a great view right over the waterway there. And relax. You made it through the UP without dying. You made it a nice trip. You added maybe an hour on But what'd you get? You got to stop at a great place to eat, see Lake Superior, put your feet in the water, and you had a nice trip through this beautiful strip of northern wilderness. So that, ladies and gentlemen, those are the 7 places you need to stop to make it through the UP without dying. I'm O.W. Root for Michigan Enjoyer.